So I did it. I managed to save $10,000 and it feels great now afterwards. And I want to let you know that on the way, it was not one roadblock or anything, it was several. And in this video, I want to show you that it is possible. I'm going to teach you how to do it, but also the ways I did it, how was the emotional journey on the way, and the lessons I learned on the way. So have you ever tried this? For example, for me, I didn't have a proper plan in the beginning and I spent money recklessly and without a proper goal. And therefore, as soon as I actually had this money in my hands, I spent it, most of it or all of it, and I was back on square one. And this is not how we save $1,000. Then eventually something triggered and I was like having an awakening, not spiritually or anything like this, but I just felt like something needs to change because I want something more. After studying online and reading books about money and how to save, I felt like, okay, there's so much more to money than just spending it. And the fun in actually saving it and seeing it grow. That was the awakening for me. And that is how I improved my life. So as I said, if you have tried before and you have failed, don't worry, you are not alone. And it's okay to do mistakes because that's how we learn. So why does it matter? Well, it's because many people, they start saving and they don't see it through because they don't have a why and they just treat it as a should instead of having a strategy in place. So what we're going to talk about now is more of having a strategy. What was the game changer for me? So basically in the beginning, I used to move all of my money manually to my savings accounts. What this does is it creates basically a psychological barrier, basically saying that, oh, do I really need to save this much this month? Let's keep some extra this month, yes, to spend a little bit more. But that spending a little bit more this month, that is several months of me saying that. So I don't actually save more, I'm spending more instead. And I'm having this what if? What if I need this money? Well, that's why we have a strategy in case you do need this money. So the goal is to automate our transfers and our savings so you don't have to do it. And I actually have another video, and I will link it as well up here. And that explains how to do this automation and make it easy for you to make your accounts work for you instead of you doing all the work every single month. And what do we do with these? Basically, what I call it is like having a categories. So you basically have it in 3 steps. So basically on payday, you want your income to go to your spending and to your savings account. So basically you already budgeted out how much do I need in my spending account. Bam, automated. So every time you get paid, it goes in there. Then you have a second account that is for savings. And that one also automated straight from your paycheck into the savings account. You can see how much do I want to save. Well, every month you set up how much, and then it goes automatically into the savings account. Preferably, you have 3 accounts set up within the savings. So you have the emergency fund as one account, that's one branch. The second one, your investment account, that's the second branch. And then the third branch is your high yield savings account. So automatically the money goes out to these 3 branches, either the same in all of them or a little bit more in some, depending on what your goals are. But for example, you need an emergency fund, maybe $1,000 to $3,000 to have in there in case of an emergency. Investments, maybe you want to save at least 15% of your savings into investments. And then the last one is a high yield savings. That's maybe something that you want to save up for within a year or 5 years, depending on what your goals are and how secure you want your money to be. But at least there, you're not fighting against inflation. You're actually having your money with inflation. Doing it this way, your accounts get set up automatically and you don't have to worry about the psychological barriers that are in control of you. So going back to this $10,000 that we want to save, we want to break it down piece by piece so it's easy to understand and it's easy to achieve. So basically, you don't want to feel like I need to save $10,000 right now because that's not the goal. The goal is to save towards $10,000. So we break it down into steps. So by breaking it down into steps, it makes it easy for us to actually celebrate our goals on the way. So what you can do is you break your 10,000, that's the goal, into 12 months. So 10,000 divided by 12, then you have $833. Or you can break it down into days even, so it's $27 per day that you need to save. And you're thinking, well, this goal is unrealistic for me still. Well, then you can break it down even further, maybe to 2 years. Divide it, 10,000 divided by 24, and you would have $417 every month that you need to save. So in that way, you can break it down and make it easy for you to understand. And how long will it take to actually save these 10,000? And my bonus favorite saving hacks that I have here is basically track your unnecessary subscriptions, because we have loads of those nowadays, subscriptions here and there, and we don't use them. And I saved literally $200 just by removing subscriptions that I don't use at all. Switch to low cost activities. So habits that you usually have, but change them to free activities. Go to the park, have some challenges. I know there's trends going around where you save a little bit of money in a pocket and you put it away. So every single day you put maybe $1 away. Fun challenges that are low cost. And then we have something really important, delayed gratification. And it's not just a money word, it's emotional. Delayed gratification is something that is so emotional and is hard to do when you don't build it up. So the hard part is saying no in the moment to not buy this thing, not buy the new gadget, not buy the new phone, and don't spend on a feeling and not on an impulse. Because I've been there myself in constant impulse buying before, where as soon as I have the feeling, I'm gonna buy it if I have the money. And sometimes even if I didn't, I put it on the credit card. So with these strategies, that made me be able to actually save up and have a simple way of getting my money sorted out. This actually freed up my budget, and it also built discipline to not spend straight away on an impulse. And I'm gonna go give you a quick tip how to do this. There's basically 3 ways. It's number 1 is track lifestyle spending. So basically skipping altogether on impulse purchases, changing your habits, and check on subscriptions. So are you buying coffee every single day? Are you eating out 3 times a week? Are you buying gadgets all the time? Are you having a lot of subscriptions? Look over it and see where you can find some money, and also replace your habits. That's the second one. Replace them. Don't eliminate your habits. Change them to something better. So for example, instead of buying lunch out every single day, bring lunch from home, bring leftovers from dinner last night. These things will help you save a lot of money in the long run. But the most important tip is add a 7 or even 30-day list before making any impulse purchases. This will make you save a lot of money because you're not spending it. Once these 7 or 30 days has gone, this is where the delayed gratification comes in, by the way. It's gonna feel so good when you actually buy this thing because you still actually want it. If it's gone 30 days and you don't want it anymore, then you actually didn't want it and it was just a feeling, an impulse. So this way you will be able to keep your money instead of just throwing it out there and then feel anxious afterwards that, oh, I spent money again. So how did all of this affect me emotionally? And some days it did feel frustrating. I felt like I don't have enough money. But then I started feeling in control and I had money and I felt secure in my life. And that is a very important thing because saving impacted my confidence. It impacted stress levels. It made me better at planning. So I actually had instead of not having. So something I want to give you there is that create a why. Why do you want to keep going and save to $10,000? Is it for family? Is it for having security or freedom? Find a why, write it down, and that is why you want $10,000. So for example, for me, I have a moment where I felt pretty proud in the beginning with the emergency fund that I finally had, was that my car broke down. I could have felt the stress that I did before in my life where I didn't have an emergency fund and I went into loan to just fix my car because it broke down. This time around, I had money and I didn't even have to think about it. I just had to pay. And I didn't feel stressed because this was already planned for. The money is there for this reason. So I didn't have to feel anxious about it. Yes, of course, it sucks that you have to fix your car, but this is why you have the security net. So what are the lessons that I learned and the practical takeaways? So here are the 4 key lessons that I learned from my past self. Number 1, start automating sooner. Start doing it today even. Go into your bank and check if you can start doing automation already today. The second one is celebrate wins. So when you hit 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, please celebrate a little bit on the way. Don't splurge away, but feel like a win. Like, yes, I did it today. And then break down these goals into manageable chunks. So maybe your next goal would be more than 10,000. It would be 20,000 or 100,000. You need to break them down so you can see, okay, how much do I actually need to save every single month and how long will it take? And then delayed gratification to avoid impulse buying altogether. Very important. So these are the key lessons that I have learned. So what is your saving goals? Please let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, like and subscribe as well if you would like to learn more about how to get control of your finances and make money easy. And if you do struggle to find how to save money and build wealth, I have actually a video covering 7 simple ways to save money. So go and watch that next, and I will see you over there. Thank you very much. Goodbye.